Hi everyone. In today's lesson, we're going to talk about the last and final way of factoring. Now, this type of factoring is actually not going to be on the flow chart, but I just wanted the flow chart to be here so that you had it. This type of factoring is a little bit more unique. So let's title our page, Factor by Use Substitution. So I'm just going to abbreviate and say Factor by Use Sub. Now, you'll see why this one's really unique and it doesn't really fall under the categories of all the other ones when I show you the example. So example number one is going to say factor, but it's factor x squared plus 3x squared minus 8x squared plus 3x and then minus 20. So right away you can tell that this trinomial is definitely nothing like we've seen before. So we must have another way to do it. So this is called factor by u sub. So the first thing that you want to do is let u equal the stuff that's inside the parentheses that's the same. So how do we put this into small words? Let u equal the items inside the parentheses. So in this case, you're going to notice that these parentheses, x squared plus 3x, and this x squared plus 3x are the same. So you're going to let u, so I guess I'll write a step and then we'll do it. We're going to let u equal x squared plus 3x. And then what we're going to do, step two, is we're going to rewrite the expression with u. So notice it's x squared plus 3x, which I made u. So u squared minus 8u minus 20. So that's me rewriting it. U squared minus 8u minus 20. I'll do that again. U squared minus 8u minus 20. So this here, step two. So I could even put the steps here on the side. This is step one. This is step two. So step three, factor the expression with u's. So if you notice, this is a trinomial with a leading coefficient of 1. So we're going to use add multiply. So we're going to determine what numbers add to negative 8 that multiply to negative 20. So you could take a minute, pause the video, and find that pair of numbers, and then hit resume when you're ready for the answer. All right, so I got negative 10 and 2. So we know AM is just U, and then negative 10 and positive 2. So after we factor the expression using u's, step 4 is to substitute the x squared plus 3x back in for u. Now with every problem this will change. This x squared plus 3x might be something else, but for now we're going to substitute these x's back in for u. So since I let u equal this x squared plus 3x, I'm going to put it back here. So I have x squared plus 3x for u, but then it's minus 10. So we have to minus 10. Then we have u, which is x squared plus 3x. And then we are plus 2. So don't forget that plus 2. So that's step 4. And then step 5, factor both parentheses with the x's. So we're going to factor this parenthesis using add multiply, and then we're going to factor this parenthesis using add multiply. So first one, what adds to 3? That multiplies to negative 10. Second one, what adds to 3? That multiplies to 2. We're using add multiply because our leading coefficients are 1. So the first one, actually, why don't you pause the video, try both of them, and then hit resume when you're ready for the answer. Okay, so for the first one, you should have gotten x plus 5, x minus 2. And then for the second one, you should have gotten x plus 2 and x plus 1. So this is your final answer. All right, excellent. Let's try another example. All right, so example number 2, same thing, factor 3x squared plus 11x squared plus 6, 3x squared plus 11x, and then minus 40. So same scenario as before. I'm not going to write the steps down, but you already wrote them, so let's use them. Our first step is going to be to let u equal the stuff that's inside the parentheses. So u is going to equal the stuff that's the same. So u is equal to 3x squared plus 11x. Second step, write the expression with u's. So u squared plus 6u minus 40. So u squared plus 6u minus 40. And now we're going to factor this expression with the u's. Because the leading coefficient is 1, we can use add multiply. So take a couple minutes, pause the video, find the factors that add to 6 that multiply to negative 40. And then hit resume when you're ready for the answer. All right, so I got u plus 10 and u minus 4. So now that we put our u's in, we're going to put our x's back in. So since this is what u equals, I'm going to replace the 3x squared plus 11x for both of these. So 3x squared plus 11x, and then 3x squared plus 11x. Now don't forget that it's really plus 10 minus 4. So I have to do plus 10 and then minus 4. So what makes this one harder is that we now have to factor these two trinomials, but there's leading coefficients of 3. So what that means is we're probably going to have to do AC. So we're going to multiply the first and the last here, the first and the last here. So I'm going to let you guys actually try this on your own and then hit resume when you're ready for the answers. All right, here is my work. So I kind of tried to color code it. Here is my work for the AC for the first one. So I chose 5 and 6 because 5 times 6 gives me 30. And 5x plus 6x is 11. And then I factored by grouping, and I got these two parentheses. Now in the second one, I did 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. And I chose 12 and negative 1 because that adds to positive 11. Then I factored by grouping and got these two terms. And then I put all 4 terms together as my final answer. All right, that's it for today. If you have any questions, now's a good time to jot them down. Otherwise, we'll see you in class tomorrow. Have a good night.